Wait a minute. Ah, these smartphones are too smart for me. Okay, now we are in the yard of the Dubois house, which is built on top of Midden 1. This is an ancient Indian mound. It's one of the only ones that you can actually get to here in Palm Beach County. The sign down here only says ancient. I've done some archaeology in the area, and I know the Indians here go back a couple of thousand years. This right here is fast food cartons, several thousand years old. The Indians here ate, I'm going to pull one right out of the yard, mollusks, shellfish, and what they did was they just piled it up here. This is called a shell mound. We're going to bring a couple of these and send them back to you so you can actually have genuine Indian artifacts. In fact, since I just dug that one out of the ground on camera, I'll pick that one up. So you saw this one in situ, and now you see it in my hand, and you'll be seeing it eventually when we get to give it to you. This is an ancient Indian artifact. It's basically the equivalent of a Burger King wrapper because several thousand years ago, this is what was left over after some Indian's meal. This was breakfast, lunch, dinner, who knows, maybe a snack. But this was ancient fast food. And this whole mound was originally, I'm standing on probably the highest part now, this whole mound was originally 600 feet long. There's other mounds in Palm Beach County, but they're in difficult to get to areas, kind of swampy, and you really need a guide to go back there. This is the only Indian mound that I know of in the area that you can freely get to. Looking up underneath the porch there, especially where the rain comes off, you can see more shells. I don't know exactly why they built up with shells. The only thing I can think of was the pioneers here sold the crushed shells from this mound. This mound was 600 feet long at one time. Now only about 90 feet is left. And so I can't help but think that so much archaeology was lost when they did that. We may never know what this mound has been so built on, changed, transformed. I don't know if it was ever properly excavated. We may never know what actually happened here. Don't know if this was for ceremonies, don't know. I think they think the chief of the tribe lived here, and there may have been some ceremonial complex here, but all that's gone. All of it's gone. This is just Pioneer Home. But I still think it's neat because it's several thousand years ago, the original Floridians lived here. They lived on top. They built this mountain, this whole area. You can see we're elevated. I'll go down, let me see here. Let me go around the backyard over here so you can see going down the hill a little bit. See, we're on a hill. I think it's probably I'd say it's about 30 feet high. I don't know how jumpy this is going to be. I'm now walking down the hill. You can see more of the mound back here. I have no idea how much of this is original and how much of this has been worked by the people who live here. Like, I don't know where they cut away. So I don't know if this slope here was here from the Indians themselves, or this is what the pioneers did. It was their property. They could do what they wanted with it, but obviously they had no concern for history. So, and I think that's a shame. I think they did us a disservice. So we may never know what really happened here. Even if they came out with archaeologists and tested it and dug, I don't know what they'd find. Probably old plumbing. But anyway, I know you have an interest in Indian history. I do too. And I wanted to come out here today and look at old Midden Mound number 1. Not much here, but this is an authentic ancient Indian Midden Mound. Midden means garbage, basically. I don't know if anybody was buried here. I don't think they buried people in garbage mounds. So this is called Midden. Having a little bit of experience in archaeology, I know Midden means garbage. So I don't think there was any people buried here. Or if they were, then I'm walking on bones. But I don't think they buried people in the Midden. It's M-I-D-E-N, I think is how you spell it. I have to go take a look at the sign. Anyway, that's about all there is to this. There's not a lot to see here. But we thought we'd show you what we found here at the Dubois house, Pioneer House in Jupiter, Florida. Say bye, dear.
Bye, dear. Bye, Frank.
Oh, I was trying not to cough. Bye, Frank.